Good morning, principal, teachers, and students. This is Ms. Michelle Ho. I'm glad I could be here to share with you about my experience in LEWOWA. Over the years I've been in Pui K, I've been to a number of different but all very interesting programs. Today I would like to share with you about a single place that I've been to for the greatest number of times. This place is Taiwan. I've been to 3 different programs titled A Real-Life Traveler in Taiwan, Hot Fire in Taiwan, and Cycling for Touching Taiwan. Today I'm going to share with you about the first and third program, namely Backpack Traveling and Cycling. In 2013, I went on my first LEWOWA program ever, A Real-Life Traveler in Taiwan. The first most impressive thing to me must be living in a guest house. Here's a group photo we took in front of our guest house with our Taiwanese host at the very left. The guest house in Taiwan generally has a very homey atmosphere with super caring and informative hosts. The second most memorable experience would be actually traveling as a backpacker. Traveling with a 40-liter backpack and walking for a distance was unavoidable. Luckily, we could always leave our huge backpacks once we arrived at our guest house and go with a smaller bag afterwards. One of the most memorable tourist attractions that we visited must be the Taroko National Park, which is one of the most popular national parks in Taiwan. It covers more than 92,000 hectares in the northern section of the Central Mountain Range. This park features high mountains, sheer gorges, numerous waterfalls with many natural wonders. These are photos of me, our Taiwanese guide, and my 9 student group members taken at the Taroko National Park. Another beautiful place that we visited was a rice field. It was truly memorable to walk through the field to feel the origin of what we eat almost every day. It was especially romantic when we saw the sun shining on the golden paddy. We also went to an art workshop where we did color painting on a bamboo charcoal, which is a famous product in Taiwan. You may see a sample of our student work showing the theme of our program here. And of course, followed by a group photo of all our teachers and students holding each of our unique artwork. We also visited the Christian Mountain Children's Home at Kaohsiung, also known as the LEWOWA Orphanage. Under God's reveal, Reverend and Mrs. Xu Yang adopted the first orphan in the early 1950s. They continue to raise poor children, especially Taiwan Aborigines, and eventually help them to move to the current location. This orphanage is especially popular for their children's choir, which hosts performances worldwide. In here, you can see a photo of our students performing a Chinese hymn for them, while they do dance performances for us in return. In 2017, I went on the same program again. But I can tell you that the experience was definitely very different. Visiting different tourist spots, living in different guest houses, meeting different people, and going with a different group of students made everything unique again. One tourist spot that we went to was the famous LEWOWA Hill in Taitung County of southeast Taiwan. LEWOWA Hill is most famous for paragliding and hot air balloon carnivals since it's got a great grass slope. So guess what these students were planning to do here? You guessed it! Rolling down the grass slope. They just loved the experience and did it repeatedly for almost an hour. And guess what? Of course, I tried it a few times too. Another special tourist spot that we visited was the Brunan Tribal Leisure Farm. The Brunan Tribal is one of the 14 indigenous tribes in Taiwan. During our stay at this farm, we learned how to dance from Brunan people on the Brunan Theater. It took us a few practices before we could follow the beats and make the right moves for a simple song. Here's a group photo of us and our Aboriginal teachers. Last but not least, I must not forget to mention our experience of busking near the Taitung station. We worked hard together to come up with our song list, preparing the lyric cards, and practiced seriously before starting our real performance. We sang Cantonese, Mandarin, and English songs of all sorts. The result was satisfactory as different people stopped by to listen to us and some did leave us gratuities. We also sold handicrafts at night market and visited shopping malls. Next is about my precious cycling trip to Taiwan in the year after. Do you remember this place? Actually, our trip begins with us practice cycling in Hong Kong for 2 days. This is a photo of us cycling to Ma On Shan from the school. After resting for a day, we began our trip to Taiwan. This time, our main location was Yilan County in northeast Taiwan. On the first day after our flight, we mainly wandered around the streets and traveled to the famous LEWOWA night market. The second day was where our cycling truly began. Our first ride was from LEWOWA town to the famous Mui Hua Lake. Before riding, we did the routine to get our bikes ready, just as we practiced in Hong Kong. Then we ordered ourselves in a specific order and started riding in single file. During the way, we had to stop at crossroads and watch for cars to pass by, so we always had to stay alert. I remember our group was the second to make it to our destination, which was a famous cafe featuring bears. However, we heard that someone from another group got a flat tire and had to find a repair shop to fix it. On the next day, the ride was even more challenging. During our ride, a student slipped all of a sudden upon hitting a water puddle and fell off his bike after passing through a tunnel. Everyone immediately stopped to help him. We moved to the side of the road, parked our bikes, and a teacher helped him treat his wounds. After that, 2 other minor accidents happened, and we also immediately stopped to help each other. These experiences were truly memorable as it showed our care for each other as well as cooperation as a team. On the last day, we rode to the famous Lanyang Museum. What interested students the most about this museum was actually the building itself, because it has a very beautiful and unique design to it. At last, we spent more than half of our time taking photos in front of the museum instead of staying inside. And this nicely wraps up our cycling trip in Taiwan as we head back to Hong Kong on the next day. This is my sharing for today. Hopefully you could travel to one of these programs to Taiwan that I've introduced today. Thank you for watching.